Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the IndIGo Rabbit Cafe Card poll. I'm excited to be on here with you today. We are asking the question today, what do you need to hear the most? I have already drawn the cards because we're using 6 decks, so I wanted to save some time. We'll look at them together, and then we'll see what messages come through for you. We will do group 1, group 2, and group 3. I have assigned little trinkets for each group, and I will pull the Zodiac if you choose to go by that or want further confirmation. As always, pick as many decks that you feel drawn to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is just a general reading, and for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so for group 1, we'll get started. For group 1, we have a piece of sea glass representing group 1. For group 2, we have this beautiful Bluejay feather. And for group 3, we have a little set of dice, and they are on the number 7. So there is your groups 1, 2, or 3. We'll now do the Zodiac, if you choose to go by that, and I will post the times in the description, and so that you can skip on through if you want, especially if you don't care to hear about the Zodiac. And all right, so for group 1, there is Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, and Aries. For group 2, we have Pisces, Capricorn, Virgo, and Gemini. And for group 3, we have Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, and Sagittarius. So with that said, we'll get started with our reading for today. Again, we're asking the question, what do you need to hear the most right now? It was 222 on the clock, so I just want to point that out. And so we'll begin, 222. All right, so group 1, you are the sea glass, and again, your Zodiac, if you want to go by that or wanted further confirmation, Cancer, Aquarius, Aries, or Leo. And so what do you need to hear the most today? We got dimensions. We got dragonfly, spirit, change, Hathor, light activation, acceleration, brilliance, stand in your light. I'll show you that one. She's lit up, her heart chakra. I probably should have showed you the other ones too. Dimensions. Dragonfly. And then the Hathor. We have nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. Growth. And the sea turtle, find your element. I love that the sea turtle came up with a sea glass. That's really cool. That's really cool. So what do you need to hear the most right now? Because what I'm seeing first and foremost is there is a lot of change, right? There's a lot of change, and there's a lot of growth that's taking place, and you're kind of discovering who you are. The road there might have been a little bit of choppy here and there, just trying to really discover it, and that's what the waters are kind of showing me over here. But like you're with this dimension card, I'm really thinking of somebody who is like leveling up, like their frequency is increasing, they're putting in some work, right? And so that can grow tiresome sometimes, right? So maybe what you need to hear today is like keep going with it, right? This dragonfly spirit is just beautiful. And if you know the story about a dragonfly and how they go through many different phases throughout their life before they finally become that dragonfly. And it's really like it's light activation that really makes those wings kind of come out. And they use what last bit of water they have in their little body to, you know, spread their wings and fly. So it's that last push, you know, I think that's where I'm getting at, that last push. Major growth, major change. I love the flowing of the water, which really makes me think that life is really just starting to flow in for you, right? If we're going to look on the bright side. Stand in your light. I love that. It's beautiful, right? Be who you are, right? I think so often that we're just built to be who we were taught to be, right? And when we take that moment to step into our own authenticity and discover who we are, magic happens. My dog is agreeing. So step into that, right? Really embrace that. Sit with it. I do like the nothing set in stone, because that's like, hey, I still have options. Like, I'm heading in this direction, but maybe this is not where I want to be, but I'm kind of still liking where I'm going. So nothing's set in stone. Maybe there's something else to come, maybe further up the path, right? That's going to be revealed to you. This Amazon forest with this growth is huge, because you have the change and you have the growth, right? And that's because of the change, this growth is taking place in your life, and it is luscious, and there's so much to be discovered, right? I'm even seeing that as you find your element and you find yourself, that there's so much yet to be discovered in who you are. And to focus on that. Don't focus on the shortcomings, right? Let's focus on what it is that I could become, right? I love too, just the piece of sea glass I'll share with you too is, you know, the sea glass is about renewal, and it's about healing. And, you know, it was once thrown, you know, away as trash, and, you know, through the waves and the crashing and everything, it kind of like, it made it soft and smooth. And now people walk beaches and it's highly sought after, you know? So that's really cool that, you know, you've taken some things, you know, that tells me that maybe you've taken some things in your life, and it's really made you who you are, right? Taken some things, gone through some things in your life that's really made you who you are. And maybe those things at the time weren't great, and they didn't feel good, but like, we're transmuting that, right? That's what the dragonfly shows us, is that we're transmuting that, and we're using those energies, and we're healing ourselves, and we're healing others. It's really cool. This sea turtle, which I just love sea turtles. Aren't they great? And they are manifestors. You think about it, you know, manifestors. Well, that's not what I meant to say, but that's neat. So how could a turtle be a manifestor? I see the order in which that they do things, and the consistency that they show up for it. But nonetheless, I'm not sure. So I'm going to move on. But they are also, you think about the dragonfly, and you think about the being out of their element, right? So then you think about the sea turtle, and they're actually born out of their element, right? And quickly they know when they're born, right? And they're wow, I'm out of my element, and they head for the sea for protection, because that's where they live at, right? So, and very neat. I'm still stuck on the manifestor thing, but there's lots of lush here. There's lots of good stuff here. There's lots of good stuff here. What do you need to hear the most? Hopefully you heard it. Hopefully you heard it. This could just be confirmation for you. This could be a beginning. This could be a start, right? Like, you look at the sea turtle with the eggs, and then you know, she goes up and she lays the eggs, and then, you know, buries them, and then goes back to sea, and then they're born, and then they truck out, right? There's a process. Very cool. Lots of growth again. And the Hathor light activation, I'm really loving that connection to really follow your intuition right now. It's gotten you here so far. Continue to follow that. Let it light your way. Very cool. All right, we will close that out. It is 9:53. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you have any questions about today's reading, I'd love to help answer those for you. You can reach out to me. I'll put my email at the bottom of today's reading if you wanted to reach out to me that way. Okay, so we'll get started with group 2, and the time is 10:20, and we are asking what do you need to hear the most today? And that is the Bluejay feather. Bluejay feather is about cosmic connection, protection. Let's see. Pisces, Gemini, Capricorn, and Virgo, if you wanted to go by that. All right, let's see your reading. You have sirens. Some dolphin energy in there. Wise woman of the grove, Grace. Bee spirit, prosperity. Ooh. Oh, yes, and I wanted to mention, that's why you have 2 of those. When I was drawing cards, 2 popped out, and I went with it. So that's right. I was like, wow, they have an extra card. Now I'm remembering. Wow, okay, so we have Jesus, acts of service. When you serve, the universe serves you. Your commitment is being tested. A Zen monastery, Japan. And then you have the common tortoise. Look at that. The turtle's showing up again. Steady on. He's got his home on his back. All right, let's look at this. The sirens, the dolphins. I love the dolphin energy. The dolphin energy is playful, and they're smart. And I was studying them the other day, and they even talk about like playing games with like other whales and stuff through stuff that they watch, and they teach their young, right? So they're good teachers, and they say that they even have the ability to give each other names, and so that they've, through study and stuff like that, they've watched them. And there's actually a lot of mention. There's a book about dolphins and humans, and who is more prosperous, right? The human that works all day and you know, so that they can have what they want, or the dolphin that plays all day, you know, that and enjoys life, you know, who's more prosperous. But so I love that dolphin energy, right? This is very healing too. We move on to the wise woman of the grove, and when I put this card down, I really got that impression, like group 2, you were being called to get outside, which I love the feather with this card as well, because you know, where else are you gonna find Bluejay feathers? You got to go outside for a walk. When I put the woman of the grove, Grace, and it just really, she's kind of like looking on, and she's looking on, and there's like this chest, and there's a jewel in it, you know, and so I'm really getting that impression, like there are just some people that are just outdoorsy people, and you know, I see a couple earth sign. I see an earth sign. I see a couple earth signs. And so this would make sense for you guys to really want to get out and get connected. And there's trees and stuff like that. So you could be being called to do that. And that really is energy clearing for you, right? I really feel like when I put this down, I saw that you are very busy. So you're needing some of that downtime, which the stillness confirms for me that you need that. Busy as a bee. You are busy as a bee. There's all this, you know, you think about a bee and the life of a bee, and they're, you know, constantly at work, and they're flower to flower, you know, collecting the nectar and then returning it to, you know, returning it to the main source, right? The main collection, right? They're all working as a team. But I can see that you're very busy, and you got the tiger lily. I love that energy, that tiger lily energy. It's like one of the first flowers we see coming up in the spring, right? Or a summer flower. It's more of a summer flower, yeah. But I love that. This feels rich, right? This feels rich. There's, and I'm being shown right now, like I saw the little honey, and then I see the jewel here. Like you're very motivated. How do I want to word that? You work hard, right? Right. I'm seeing that work hard. You might have things, but it's because you work hard. The acts of service, right? When you serve, the universe serves you. And, we think about the life of Jesus and how he represented himself, and he was very forgiving, and he was a healer, and he was a philosopher, and he thought differently, right? And he died for what he believed in. He was a remarkable man. And what beautiful energy. There's this beautiful, I'm almost kind of tearing up. There's just a really beautiful energy about him, right? We all know that. So maybe too, like, I'm feeling like, maybe you're being called to volunteer some time, like there's, volunteer some time somewhere, because the reward, I guess that's what I'm getting, is like there's a reward that you feel for helping others. And so maybe you're currently doing that, and what a great blessing you are. Or maybe you're being called to do that. Or maybe you're being called to encourage others to volunteer their time, Your commitment is being tested. I see this card, and this is like, I can relate to this in a sense of something that I recently went through, where, you're on your path and you're doing a really great job, and then you get this thought, this idea that, what if I just took a break from it? And because something's coming up, vacation, things like that. And then you really sit with it and realize that that's one of those defying moments, that's one of those defying moments where, if I make it through this, I can make it through anything. And so I'm really feeling like that energy here is, you might be feeling really stuck or like you're spinning your wheels, right? And I'm just feeling like you're almost there. You're almost through that final push, that runner's wall. You're ready to burst through. So keep going, right? Keep going. You do need to take some time for some stillness and some meditation. When we do meditation and we quiet the mind, it helps for things to kind of come through, right? Ideas to like blossom, kind of quiet out that noise. There's so many healing benefits in meditation. It's a practice. So you might be like, I'm not good at it. But it's a practice. You got to show up all the time. And before you know it, you're going to be like, wow, I see the benefits. Even if just for peace of mind. Very cool. And then I see this steady on, the common Taurus. He's got his whole life on his back, like there's a lot of, you carry a lot of weight, right? That's what I'm feeling. You carry a lot of weight. So maybe what some of the stuff that you need to hear right now is about, getting outside, about doing the meditation, about believing that things are going to blossom for you, right? To have fun, right? To tap into that creativity and that fun piece of you, and serve where you can, right? If you're already, my dog is agreeing again. And the Taurus, right? They're very like slow and steady wins the race, right? So cool. Lots of growth here. Lots of growth. All right. It is 1947. We're going to close out Group 2's reading. I hope that you enjoyed your reading, and that it was helpful and inspiring. If you have any questions, I'd love to help answer those for you. And we will move on. It is 20:05. So we had the dice, which is on a 7, and dice is about, they're symbols of fate, chance, and fortune. And if you wanted to go by zodiac, that is Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, or Taurus. That's right. All right, and here's your reading. Cut the cord with the other one. DNA activation. Foggy bog, patience. We've seen that one. We see that one a lot. Kutami. Your current situation is initiating your gifts. Initiatory experience. I'm still learning a lot of these cards. So I just have to go based on the energies that I feel. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. I think we just had that, right? Yes, we did. We got 15, focus. And then you have appreciate the process, cow and bull. Okay, well, loud and clear, I think we're being told to enjoy the journey. And I'll tell you why I'm coming to that, right? This is the biggest thing that you need to hear right now, is that sometimes we get anxious about what our future has in store for us, and we try to create because we want to be manifestors, and we want to, by manifestors, I don't mean, just sitting here and praying that everything comes in, but actually doing the action piece of it and working for it and moving in that direction. That we oftentimes get so focused on the outcome that we forget about the journey that we're currently in. So, and that during this time too, that it's about that learning piece, right? It's there's more to learn. There's more to experience. There's more to awaken within us, right? And I'll tell you why I'm coming to that conclusion. So I look over here to the DNA activation. There's lots of studies on activation, on DNA, which is very fascinating. And they, kind of make you go, like there's junk DNA that could activate in us. So who knows, right? They talk about I won't go too much into it because I'm not an expert in the matter. I just know a little bit to make me dangerous, but that DNA could be activated within us, and we might, maybe I learn tomorrow because I came across something that activated DNA and then now I'm a great archer. I don't know, but I'm just saying so I see this happening, right? This, potential, right? The stuff that, I'm becoming aware. This could be okay, so now I'm being guided here. This could be something that you try or you do that you didn't know that you were good at, and you turn out to be wow, you've been doing it your whole life, right? That's what I'm talking about. When's the last time, if you painted, that you picked up your paintbrush and painted, and now you might discover you're great at it, So that's what I'm talking about. I love the colors that are in here, the rainbow colors, which talk to me about blessings. They talk to me about choices, and it's plentiful, right? There's a lot going on. There's definitely connection in here and support, right? Support from the divine. I really feel that. The foggy bog, patience, and you got the crane that's kind of sitting there or standing there with one leg up. They're in the thicket, right? We've talked about this card. It's in the thicket of things, and he's just kind of waiting on, and behind him I can see some light, and things are starting to lift. Things are going to lift and open, right? But there's that patience piece where we sit and we don't quite know everything that's going on, right? Things are still being put into place for you. where you need to go. And it might even be greater than you thought, right? Kutami, initiatory experience or current situations and initiating your gifts. Those are awakening. That's what I'm talking about, that DNA activation. Like those are awakening. I'm coming personally to like new realizations about things that I'm tapping into now. And when we do get that focus piece of it, wow, we can just explode with these things, these gifts that we have. And that's really cool. So what this card tells me too, and there's lots of flowing energy coming off, this is like radiating energy, is that you may begin to discover that you're really good at some things that you didn't know you were. This could be spiritual, this could be, you know, just regular, you know, whatever, every day. Take it how you want it. That's how I should say it. Take it how that resonates. Balance spirituality and practicality. So you do see that Pisces energy, but Pisces energy is very intuitive, right? They are a water sign. That's about emotion, stuff like that. The balancing piece of it. When you work, I guess you definitely do need to find that balance, right? We can go one way over the top, and need to find that. You know, maybe we could take a page out of group 2s and go have some fun, you know, go spend some time out in the woods. The focus piece of it is, and I love this because you have 2 guys out front of this temple and they're practicing their Kung Fu, but they're not hurting each other. What they're doing is they're making that muscle memory, right? But there's that focus so that in the time that they need it the most, right? These moves, you know, their Kung Fu, they need it the most, that their brain is just going to go right to it. There's not going to be much thought into it. Their body already knows, right? They're doing that focus piece. It's an important part of your growth, is this focus piece, this study, this learning, right? So have patience with that as you're in that. I'm really seeing that. And take your time. Where you're at, you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. I'm supposed to tell you that. Appreciate the process is over here. You look at the cow and bull. The cow is considered a sacred animal in other countries, and it's for their ability to do what they do, right? So you think about the cow or the bull, right? They're big and they can work, and they have big muscles, and they're that way, but they eat grass, right? They eat grain. They don't eat much. They don't need much to be that powerful. And it's in their process. It's in their, you know, how they chew their cud and stuff like that that makes them this way. It's very neat. I'm really feeling like that energy about you is that you are able to, and Piper agrees, that you're able to kind of make something out of nothing, right? And you got the 3 pyramids in the back. Let's see. Is there anything else coming through? I don't think so. Hopefully, you felt inspired by that. Just kind of looking, see if you have the numbers 18 and 15. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. And I did pick up the number 3 when I was looking over here. You got the pillars. Very cool. Very cool. I hope you enjoyed your reading, group 3. If you have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. We have a busy week going into next week. We have the daylight savings time that we will do here in Maine on Sunday. Then Friday is a full moon and a full lunar eclipse with a partial solar eclipse. So energies, lots of energies. I'm getting the impression right now, and just from some of the astrologers that I listen to and stuff, is now is a good time for some self-care, some meditation, making sure that we're taking good care of ourselves, right? We have the control over that. The things are kind of haywire. Find ways not to excite your nervous system, right? But maybe to calm it down. like a snow falling off the roof. That'll like really excite your nervous system when you're not expecting it. Anywho, but you know, whatever that looks like for you, if you don't have a practice where you're doing some self-care and some calming of your nerves and stuff, now's a great time to start one. They have a lot of guided meditations on YouTube. They also salt bath. Ground yourself by getting outside. It's starting to warm up. Yay! Spring is coming. Holy smokes, it's going to be here before we know it. And yeah, you kind of weather out some of this stuff going on. I hope that you all have an amazing week. Yes, I am going to be announcing some stuff in the next few weeks. Pay attention to that because I'm going to give away something big for our 50th video and 1 year anniversary. It's actually 1 year tomorrow, and the 50th video will come out this month, so that's cool too. I'm really excited about that. That's really fun. It's been really fun. Okay, so I hope everybody has an amazing week. Again, if you have any questions about today's reading or any future readings, please reach out to me. I'd love to be your person. Much peace, love, and light. Bye.